Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai Bashem Kakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video More Proof That the West Africans Are Israelites. Should say more biblical truth. And second title is All Israel Will Be Saved. So this is the video that was put up a day ago on Fox 5 New York. Migrants in America, West Africans trying to find new home in Harlem. And this is an administrator of some non-profit program to help West Africans, mainly West Africans, to do whatever they have to do to be a part of the system, the American system. But he's going to make a statement. So I'm at 1 minute and 21 seconds in. I think that's 5 minutes, not even 6 minute long video. I'm going to put sound down. And I'm going to just let it go. Okay, I want you to focus on this person. Now, see this right there? Now, she's from Senegal. And you're going to find out why she left Africa to come to America. Okay, every individual has their own story. And on this, in Central Harlem, this woman decided to share her own words. Senegal, which is West Senegal, the Israelites, Senegal. Whatever. She's speaking in French, I'm sorry. Okay, I live with her. Okay, Senegal. I live with a girl, and my family didn't support it. I had problems with my brothers and sisters, she says. So this is the administrator. Brothers and sisters, she says, adding her sexual orientation was putting my life in danger. Let's take the example of Senegal, that we know better. If you are, let's say, happy person, you are most likely subject to a target, to be a target. And he goes, this African woman, want to be the white girl. He's got the hair. I guarantee you she lightened up her skin. Guarantee you she was like seven shades darker than that. She trying like hell to be the white woman. And Esau knows this. Esau knows when the so-called black woman, gets the hair lightened, get the hair blonde and lighten up the skin. They know what they know what you're thinking. Your wish is to be a so-called white woman. She probably got a white boyfriend. If not, she's looking for one. If she's dealing with a Jake, she'll drop him in a second, in a heartbeat, for a so-called white man. Our people fucked up in the head. Oh, I think I missed it. This is the point that I wanted. Let me come back. Okay, you are most likely subject to a target. You can be stoned. You can be stoned to death. You could be stoned to death. So this is the reason why she came to America, because you can be a happy person. You can be G happy in America. That's one of the main reasons why this place is going to be utterly burnt with fire. It says in 2 Peter 2 verse 6, it speaks about an end sample, that Sodom and Gomorrah is an end sample as to those that will do wickedness in the future. Meaning, if you do, Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because of happy acts, probably bestiality. It doesn't go into whether they were in the bestiality, but they were in the happy acts. And the Most High, came to Abraham, I'm gonna destroy this place. But Abraham pleaded with the Most High not to destroy this place. What can be done? Because his nephew, whom he loved, was down there with his family. So he made a deal with the Lord. He said, "Look, if there's how did it go? If there's 50 souls that are righteous, I'll spare the place." And it came all the way down to 10. So they couldn't even find 10 people that were righteous. They couldn't find 10 people that was righteous. Abraham kept coming back to the Lord. If there's 50 people righteous, you say, "Yes, I'll save it for 50 people." If you can find 50 people that are righteous, I'll save that. I'll spare that place. Went down to 40, 30, 20, 10. Got down to 10. He knew goddamn well he wasn't going to find no 5 people that are righteous. So everybody in that city was wicked as hell. Alphabet demons, for lack of a better way of saying it. Now, when the angels came, the 2 men that came, they were angels, and they used spiritual power, because certain of the men of the city wanted to, get to know him. And even Lot even gave up his 2 daughters. He said, "Take my 2 daughters, they're virgins. You can do with them as thou wilt, but don't do it to these men." That shows you how you honored men. If men or people came to your household, you protected. If people came to get them, you protected them even with your life. That's where you get the sanctuary cities, which are cities of refuge. Refugees would go there if there was a killing. The family says this: "You murdered my son, but it was a mistake." He went into a refuge city, or as they say, a sanctuary city. So you had the trial. You proved that it was a mistake, and then by then the family, okay, it was a mistake. He didn't murder my son or my daughter. We had strict laws back then. So these guys actually wanted to do something to these 2 men, which are the angels, and they used spiritual power to blind them. And so what happened was, the Most High said, "I'm going to destroy this place. Let Lot know. Get the hell up out of there. Get out of Dodge." So he got him, his 2 virgin daughters, and their mother, and they were instructed, "Do not look back." Now, what happened? It doesn't tell you in the scriptures, but what happened logically is the Most High put a sort of force field on their backs, facing their backs, but didn't put it on the front. If you want to get logical, so you know, Lot's wife is thinking, well, I'm not burnt. The fire's there. Let me get a last look. And the force field was not on her. I'm not adding to the scriptures. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you a scenario as to what would happen. Because the Most High can protect one side of you and not protect the other side. So that's what probably happened. So when she turned, the force field wasn't on her. Look, when we get beamed up, if there's bombs being shot and fire all around us, we're going to be beamed up into that tractor beam in that ship, and no fire is going to hit us because the tractor beam is also a force field. So she turned her back and became a pillar of salt, which means she was totally dehydrated. All the water, all the liquids in the system became dissolved, and she just frozen in time. Then they got the if you go out there, that's by the I believe it's by the Dead Sea. I could be wrong. I mean, I can look it up. I can look it up. I did a video on it before, and I showed pictures of it. But there's an actual place. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get it. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, Lot's wife became a pillar of salt. So this is, let me go to images. Now this is actually supposed to be the pillar of salt. Which is supposed to be her. That's what they say. That's her. They got Edomites. They're devils. Yeah, that's supposed to be her. So let me see. Okay, so let me give you two precepts. First precept is Romans chapter 8, verse 16. It says, the Spirit witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High, meaning we are the Israelites because the Spirit, which is the scriptures, when you go into the scriptures, when it's describing the curses of Israel, it fits us. It doesn't fit the JJs. And this is the next scripture, and then I'm gonna close. It says, for when the Gentiles, meaning the Israelite, coming out of that Gentile state of mind, perfect example is Cornelius, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, these, having not the law, are a law unto themselves. You knew as a child, growing up as a young man, you knew that it was something wrong with being a happy person. That's why Jake, when they do it, there's a term called down low. Why do they call it down low? Because they don't want nobody to know what they're doing. Jake in their spirit, because they're Israelites. See, Esau just come on out and do it. And every once in a while, you have a Jake that come on out and do it. That means they have multiple demons on them, where they're proud of the fact that they're one of them. But you got a lot of Jakes out there that you run into, men and women that you run into, walk by every day, that have beards and go to the gym and work out and smoke cigars, but they, you know, they're dealing with both sexes. That's why they call it down low. So it says here, it says, containing the law, these having not the law are a law unto themselves. When Obama passed that, you know, the Happy Act, those black churches wasn't with it. Why? Because the people in the black church, which are so-called black people, are actually Israelites. So even the church knows that it's wrong to be a happy person. And the scriptures say put him to death. And that's the best. See, the Most High, like it says, Father knows best. The Most High knows best. You don't rehabilitate a happy person. You just you delete them. You delete them. Adultery, you delete them. Now, why did the Most High give us a law in Deuteronomy 22 concerning taking a woman by force? That's a virgin. That's not betrothed. That you got to take her. You know, you break it, you buy it. Because if that wasn't the case, and you got put to death for it, what do you think the graper would do to the woman after he raped her? He would kill her. Now you might say, well, what about the one that's betrothed? You know, he might kill her too. Well, that's just the Most High. But think of it this way: you go into the store, you have something in your hand, you break it, you buy it. So, like I said, dealing with a woman that's a virgin, that's not betrothed, you break it, you buy it, it's yours, and you can't cut her off. You can't get tired. You get tired of her, you gotta deal with her. You can't cut her off. Now let me come back over here, 15th verse, which show the work of the law written in their hearts. So what did that man say? He said they're in danger of their life, or they even get stoned to death. Their conscience also bearing them witness, and their thoughts demean while accusing or else excusing one another. You know in your spirit, when you was a young man, you know you was in junior high school or whatever, and you had your little girlfriends, you know goddamn well, if your friend try to get with your girl, you're going to fuck him up. Because that goes into adultery. Because when you're dealing with a woman, that's your woman. That's your wife. Even if you have a little girlfriend, you like myself, when I was 10, 11, you get a little girl, you walk them home, and you go behind something, you kiss them. You might fill them up, whatever the case may be. You ain't gonna have sex, or you ain't got no place to have sex. You can't go to your parents' house. You ain't got no money for a hotel. So if your friend looks at a certain way, you're gonna fuck his ass up. Because that's already your wife, even though you haven't laid with her. That you have feelings for her, because if you was of a certain age, grown up, you would probably marry that woman. And the so-called black women, stay away from all black women. Period. All right, there's maybe a small, maybe half of 1%, but they're all contaminated. They're messed up. They're messed up. You know, they're all messed up. All, you know what I want to say? Effed up. They're effed up in the head. Don't deal with the Jake woman. She's a real demon. Anyway, I was a little all over the place, but I think I hit the point. So you have ISUPK saying that You had one video recently that Captain Zarek said, F all the Africans, West Africans. Well, he doesn't know that a lot of those people over there in Africa, mainly West Africa and other parts of Africa, but mainly West Africa, those are Israelites. The majority of them are Israelites. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.